In every part of our community, since 1969, when Gay Liberation Front started it, we have been creating a community. And by creating a community, that means that you have to work to solve the problems of the most endangered in your community. In GLF, we did so for youth, we did so for trans people. Well, while I was there for youth and gay youth in GLF, I'm now a senior. And a lot of the people that I worked with in Gay Liberation Front, my brothers and sisters were older than me, because obviously I was gay youth. In those days, they were late 20s, early 30s, and some in their 40s. Well, they're all seniors. Now, one of my best friends at Gay Liberation Front was Jerry Hughes. Jerry was living on a 5-story walk-up on Christopher Street, and it was an old building. And when it rained, he was on the top floor. It rained in his apartment. He also had terminal cancer. This was a difficult life for him, and he couldn't afford anything else. That was it. And I discovered that that was true for many members of Gay Liberation Front. They were living outside of the community they had started. And some of them were not in great shape, and they were living in affordable housing that didn't treat them fairly. These are the pioneers of our community, and we're doing nothing for them? So in 1998, I started to look into that problem. I got a grant from the government to see what the problems were, and I discovered for seniors in our community, the problem was housing. So that's when the first idea of John C. Anderson building started. I still remember the outcry in the community against it, which was gay people who lived in the area or had business in the area. Some of them would come out and say the following line, which is embedded in my brain. Well, if you have affordable housing in this neighborhood, you're going to have 3 things. The first thing you're going to have, of course, are prostitutes. You're then going to have drug addicts. To which my response was, well, if you have affordable housing, there are certain laws, and you can't have people with drugs, they would be thrown out. And really, 62-year-old prostitutes? And the third thing they said, there'll be drag queens, to which I answered, yes, we will. Bring them on. We want them. If you were a drag queen, if you're 62 years old or older, and you were a drag queen way back when you were in your young age, you were the lowest of the low in the gay community. And you couldn't get a 401k, you couldn't keep a decent job, you probably need affordable housing. Yeah, we want to house them. So those were some of the problems, and I was lucky that in 2008, a man by the name of Barack Obama became president. I'm also lucky that a man by the name of Arlen Specter, who was the U.S. Senator from Pennsylvania, invited me to be one of the official hosts for President Barack Obama on his first visit to Philadelphia. If you are a person who is the official host of the president when it comes to your city, and it's about 12 people in each city this happens, you get to spend some private time with the president to talk about what your interests are. And when I met him, he says, well, aren't you glad about all the stuff we're doing for the lesbian and gay community? And I said, well, you're doing some good words, but what about spending? And he looked at me, he said, what do you mean? I said, well, you're spending federal dollars for this group, you're spending federal dollars for that group. What about the lesbian and gay community? We have a problem. LGBT seniors, they're being mistreated in their homes all over the country. We're trying to build one here in Philadelphia. What can you do to help us? And he said, well, send me the plans. If they seem like they're possible, we'll see what we can do to help you. I said, yeah, you're going to look at the plans. I said, you don't have time in the day. And he looked over and said, Reggie, this was to Reggie Love, his bag man, give him your card. And I had Reggie Love's email, and he and I started emailing. And the plans are sitting right over there. Were emailed that night to the President of the United States. And I got a call about a week later and started working with people in the White House and HUD and the Vice President's office. And 4 years later, we were at a groundbreaking. And the John C. Anderson LGBT-Friendly senior apartments were opened to great fanfare. And they're running to this day. And the need for it, how important is it? We have a 300-person waiting list. And there are only, I think, 4 or 5 of these buildings in the entire country right now. So what takes it to get that kind of thing? Everybody that spoke at the opening kept saying what a pain in the ass I was. I'm so proud of being a pain in the ass. No one on our board got money. None of us were paid. None of us got a consulting fee or anything else. We did it just like the old days because we believed in it. So I guess what I would say about it from my own memory, which I like to say, I guess, is founding gay youth, founding this. I'm a cradle-to-grave gay activist.